Good morning and welcome to Cawfeetawk. Um, so many of you have written me about, okay, Jamie, you make the decision to eliminate somebody from your life, somebody that you know is not good for you, somebody who is toxic, somebody that doesn't respect your boundaries, somebody that you've tried numerous times to get them on track with the way you need them to be so the relationship is working for both of you. And they could be manipulative, even abusive, addicted, whatever it is. You've made the decision to remove them from your life. What I've never talked about is what comes after that. I don't know why I never talked about it. It's very important. I go through it myself. There are stages, I think. The first one being fear. Did I act too harshly? Did I too quickly cut them off? Did I, will they be okay? Especially if you're the one that was sort of the emotional caretaker for the person, there is that fear, like, will they be okay making the decisions they're making? It is almost tempting after there's been some space to go back and check on them. But ask yourself, will I be doing exactly what I was doing before? What made me unhappy? What was unfulfilling for me? What was hurting me? So many times, in friendships that I have ended, I realize I was the Noah. I was the one saving. And after a while, when a person becomes an asshole, we talked about assholes, when they constantly ask you for advice and you give them sound advice, but they make the mistake anyway, but this goes on and on and on, like over and over the same mistake where you're just like, oy. There is that temptation to go back and see if you've tried everything. If your absence has made a difference, perhaps if you come back now after a month or whatever and try again, that they will somehow get it. But the truth is the insanity is then on you, not on them. Insanity, the definition is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, right? So if you go back and try to save the day, which is what you were doing before, or you go back and become the punching bag, or you go back and become the doormat, whatever it is, the insanity is on you, not on them. Even if they do the exact same thing, the insanity is on us because we've now gone back expecting a different result. Ask yourself why you walked away in the first place. When you start to feel that fear that perhaps you did it too soon, or perhaps whatever the situation is, whatever fear you're feeling, will you walk back into the same situation? If the answer is yes, and you know it is, let that fear go. The next emotion, at least that I have felt, is guilt. Guilt because there are 1,000 memes and Pinterest things and quotes about standing by somebody and being lifelong friends and all of these things. And you start to feel guilty, like, what's wrong with me? Why did I give up? Why am I happy and I know they're not? Do I deserve happiness? Don't they deserve happiness? They're sad. I'm better. Guilt is normal. It's actually a good sign. It means that you're an empathetic person. It means that you have the potential to care for others. It doesn't mean that you should subject yourself to a relationship that hurts you. That person may be great. They may be a great friend and a great lover and a great whatever for someone else. Sometimes two people are just not meant to be. They say people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Sure, we would love for everybody to be lifetimes. But think about how long the trail of people behind you would be if everyone you met from the time you were, say, 5 was a lifetimer, was still in your life. Literally look behind you and think about how long that trail of people would be if every person you met and bonded with from the time you were 5 was still in your life, could you manage all those relationships effectively? Would they be fulfilling for you? Could you pour into them and them pour into you? You'd be maintaining friendships with kids you met in kindergarten, 6th grade, middle school, high school, college roommates, fraternity boyfriends, the mom of the boy you dated after college, an old boss. I mean, imagine all of that. It's not possible. So know that it is normal to lose people on your journey. Not everybody is meant to go to the end with you. I think you're lucky if you get 3 or 4, and hopefully me. Take me. So when you walk away from somebody, that is part of using your voice. Remember, I said it will make people uncomfortable. Cutting people out of your life will really make people uncomfortable for a few reasons. One, it shows them that you have taken ownership in what you will and will not tolerate. That scares people because that's a level of confidence not everybody has reached. But 2, it lets them know that they potentially could too be on the chopping block. Either treat me right and respect my boundaries, or I have the capability of walking away. It's that simple. I feel like people in my life over the last year, I realized what I would and would not tolerate. I am a plethora of resources for people, but I cannot allow you to utilize me like some old library book where you just continue to check me in and out when it's convenient for you. No. This is not the Dewey Decimal System. This is not the catalog card checkout. Remember that? And I think it unsettled a lot of people in my life. They were like, oh, Jamie's just offloading people. That's not true. I'm not just dumping good people. I'm offloading people who took me for granted and abused the type of friend I wanted to be. See, that's the thing. I could have scaled back and been a less than friend. I could have scaled back and not cared if we ever saw each other, not cared if you lied to me, not cared if you took me for granted, and just whatever. When we'll go out for an occasional drink, we'll do this, we'll do that. But that's not the kind of friend I am because I don't have that time. I'm working 2 full-time jobs. I'm trying to be a good wife and taking care of 3 kids. I don't have the time for you to come in and out of my life like a kitchen door at a restaurant. No. So if it appears that I am harsh or you are harsh or whatever, so be it. I'm making the decisions and the changes in my life so that the people that I'm surrounded with could potentially be lifers. So I go back to the original thought. You've made the decision to eliminate someone from your life. I know you didn't make that decision lightly. I know how hard that was. I know that tears will come, times you don't even expect them to. Even nostalgia. You'll hear a song or see a movie and you'll think of the good times. But don't forget why you made the decision. It's called a breakup because it's broken. I hear songs now that remind me of a friend. Facebook keeps sending me those updates like, hey, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, you were doing this. And I think, oh, I miss her. I miss that. But the truth is, and I do miss her for that, but I don't miss the way that I was taken for granted. And I don't miss the feeling of, why aren't I enough? Why doesn't she value me? Why am I the first one to go every time a new man comes into her life? All of these things with different friends. So I remember why you made the decision and stick with it. And understand that fear and anxiety and sadness and guilt are all part of it. But don't forget why you made the decision in the first place. Because if you go back expecting a different result, the ownership is on you. I love you so much today. Have a great day.